to the stream. I'm Kitty Cat Country. And today we are not going to be doing gaming because OBS is a piece of shit. Okay? It's been a really shitty time trying to get OBS to work with my game. So I'm just not going to fucking do it today because it's literally not worth it. It's not worth the stress that it's giving me. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have some cake, okay? This right here. We're gonna have some cake that me and my nieces made. And I'm holding it like that because I don't have a fancy plate. I mean, I have a plate, but it's not fancy. You know what I mean? So, and then this is my tea. And look how good it looks. Like, I don't know if I can show you without spilling some of it. It's like a milky situation. But the words are in Spanish. And it says, everything tastes better if it has a little cat hair in it. Everything tastes better with a little cat hair. Honestly, like, so I had my husband come in here and try to help me with the game situation, and he was out of ideas as well. And that's fine, you know? Shit happens, you know? It's not the end of the fucking world. The world's gonna keep on spinning, you know? And in Kitty Cat's country, Kitty Cat Country's little channel is still gonna keep going. So, if you're wondering, why lemon cake? Well, the reason is my nieces came over last night. We had a box of lemon pound cake, like the instant stuff. Well, not instant, but you know, like not from scratch. And one of my nieces, Nana, she picked it up, and she was like, I want to make this. I was like, all right, cool, take it. So she got it. And then she had a really good idea. She said, how about we do this thing that I saw on the internet where, because the girls, as I like to call us, is Nana, Mimi, and me. Nana, Mimi, and my nieces. Both of them. So she said, what if I have... She's like, what if you don't talk, Mimi can't see, and I can't hear, and we try to make this cake together? So we did, and we had a really good time doing it. I've baked things before, so I kind of just took over, and you know, like Mimi, she couldn't see, but like I kind of just guided her to whisking and stuff. It was like the safest thing that we can do because I didn't want her to break the baking pan because the baking pan is glass. So, poor thing, like she had her hands were covered in like a slimy substance, you know, the egg and the butter. And so she was just feeling like kind of grossed out because she didn't know what it was. And I couldn't, like, I guess, calm her down and be like, chill, it's not like we're making you touch something gross. I just I just had to let her, you know, be in the mess. So, but she's fine. I mean, like, she could just wash her hands afterwards, and she did. So anyways, long story longer. We had a bit of cake for breakfast, so that was cool. And I can tell you, the lemon cake Success. Oh, my chair. It was my chair. Look, I can do it again. See? I'm always self-conscious in this chair. I picked this chair, you know, and I like it. The only thing I don't like about it is that it squeaks. So, when we get our house, I'm gonna get a new chair. You know, since the game was not working, um, it got me thinking. And I thought about this past weekend. Well, I guess yesterday. I was thinking about it. The goal of the gaming was, you know, to broadcast myself doing my hobbies, you know, stream it. But, okay, so let me expand. Broadcast me doing a hobby that I enjoy doing, right? And then still do it on the side, you know? Have like a game for myself that I would want to do on my own, you know? Because if you've ever, like, I like playing like sim-like games, you know? That's my preference. But I was always concerned with just putting out something new. That's why I was focusing on smaller games on my channel and then doing the more longer games that are a little more complex, that maybe I just don't want to broadcast me running into walls and, you know, just like being stuck in one like phase of the game and forcing you to watch my struggle, you know? So it's like those kinds of games I can play offline on my own because I do enjoy playing video games. The problem lies when I just stopped playing games altogether and only did it on Sundays when I streamed, you know? And I thought maybe, I started thinking maybe I just don't enjoy games anymore. And then I think, no, I don't think that's it, because there's this game that I want to play, Bear and Breakfast. I've been waiting for it since last year or earlier this year, can't remember. I know it's been out on Steam, but Adam and I, we share a computer and I'm just not gonna do Steam games on the laptop and stream them. I feel like it might be too much for it. But I started thinking maybe I should just stop the gaming content altogether, you know? Because I do want to game, but there is something inside me that is stopping me from gaming and telling me to just save it for Sunday so that I can make content out of it, you know? And so I'm like forcing myself to not, you know, play games. I don't like that. So and then with the birth of Around the Coffee Table, I've sort of pigeonholed myself into reading books and reviewing them, right? And that's fine because I fucking love reading. And I'm gonna read either way. But for some reason, it's the gaming where I'm like, no, just save it till Sunday. Maybe the reason is because I can't just save reading for one day and kill like a 500-page book in one day. I just can't do that. I don't have that time, you know? I don't have the energy to do that because, yes, reading is a leisurely thing, but it requires your attention, your imagination, you have to be cognizant, you have to be alert so that you're, absorbing this information, because otherwise, you know, I will read the same sentence 10 times and still not know what the sentence is telling me, you know? So the reading, fine. But then I'm like, well, I'm that kind of person that hyper focuses on, or like binges on activities, just like people binge TV shows. Excuse me, I gotta put on my Invisalign. Hang on. It's a little weird. It makes me feel like I'm putting in false teeth. Anyways, so I'm that kind of person, right? So then I started thinking, well, what if I get into this thing where I just don't feel like reading, you know? I've sort of pigeoned myself into reading. Maybe I want to do something else with around the coffee table. And then it hit me. It's not like around the coffee table is like, it doesn't imply books exactly. To me, it implies chilling, you know, enjoying leisurely time, you know? That's what it means to me. Because, I mean, there's literally not a single thing in that title of series that really leads you anywhere, like to think of anything. I only thought of around the coffee table because coffee table books, you know? And you might be thinking, Kitty Cat Country, where are you getting at? Where is this going? Well, um, with the gaming on Sunday that I've essentially pigeonholed myself into, and then the book reviews on Fridays, right? Um, I want to have time to learn to paint because you know what? I enjoy painting as well. But because I have those behemoths, one's a baby behemoth and the other one's an actual behemoth, I have no time to do that. So that kind of sucks for me, right? Because I've kind of just put myself in this situation. But everything that I've done in regards to this channel is a choice, and I just have to remember that. So you're probably going to see painting content very soon. You know, I got to keep an eye on the time because I have a therapy session at 5. I'm not a therapist. I'm going to therapy. So you might see painting content, you know? Maybe around the coffee table we'll include painting content. Or maybe it's going to be Sundays now where you see painting content. Sunday could be a free-for-all, you know? I think that would be good. I think Sunday is a day that I will play around with doing a hobby that isn't reading, maybe, you know? Maybe these are the days where I check in with you and then just tell you what's going on with me, you know? And I know usually streaming is not, people have like really long streams, but you know, I don't know why I keep like focusing on what other people are doing because, I mean, sure, I want to grow as a channel, but if I'm constantly comparing myself or, you know, like measuring my value based on the achievements of others, it's going to be a rough ride for me. So I just need to remember not to do that. In anything really, but mainly for what I have going on here, you know. So what I put in here is apple cinnamon tea. And at all these, there is a this what's the name of that oat milk company? I can't remember. Chobani. Chobani has a non-dairy pumpkin spice creamer out right now, and I put it in this apple cinnamon tea. Fire. Highly recommend. Hey Paxton, how you doing? So that's what will be going on with my channel. I'm doing I'm doing okay because you know what? I can wake up every morning and get out of bed and do the shit that I have to do. So I think to me that's okay. That's all that's required of me. Once I am physically unable to do that, emotionally unable to get up and go to work or stream, or once I lose the desire to do anything, that's going to be a huge red flag for me. But before that can happen, before I get to that place, I have to remember that these therapy sessions are very important and I have to keep doing them because I'll be honest with you, before all this shit went down with my family, I want to say that was like the beginning of this month, before the shit hit the fan with my family. The I was just worried about the minor things, you know, the minor things in my marriage. Like the marriage is pretty solid, but I was just worried about these details, and it's not to say that they weren't important. It's just that, man, when shit hits the fan, it can just overshadow those things, and then you start to realize that maybe those details that you were focusing on weren't as important as you thought they were. You know, maybe it's because the final boss is so much harder than the individual level bosses, you know? So, um, but it's gotten better. Um, and so that's where I'm at basically. I'm at, I feel like one of the big bosses, and that's it. Like, this is this is a time where I know that I know why I'm going to therapy in the first place, because sure, I was like peeling back layers of like my past and why I was reacting to certain situations and people a certain way. Sure, I was learning about myself, but now that the shit went down with the family, I'm like, damn, like this is what people talk about when they're like, man, like I need to talk to my therapist. Like I need to talk to my therapist because shit is going down right now. And it's interesting when you're the outsider looking in, because it's like, man, like I can't imagine. Like I can't I empathize, but I can't understand the stressors that are involved with a person when they have to say, I need to talk to my therapist. And now I fully understand, you know? So I think that's a big learning thing for me. And it's hit me so hard because I hate to admit when I don't know something or when I'm wrong. I am that person. I may not show it, but inside I'm like, oh, like why don't I know this thing, and why am I not omnipotent? You know, it's really stupid. It's really stupid, but that's just who I am. That's just what the shit that goes on in my head, you know. Um, and it's one of those things that I really don't like about myself, but this is this is where we are. So, anyways, um, yeah. So the shit's going on with my fam. Uh, we've gotten so there we have a family member basically in the hospital, and he's been in there for about 2 weeks already, and he's gonna be there for 2 more weeks. Where we are now is a lot better than we were before because we have answers, and now it's just a waiting game. We're just, because everybody's healing process, their healing time, um, is not the same, you know? Like, so we're just waiting for my family member to get better. But the thing is, we're just trying to help him keep his spirits up because, like, it's got to be something like this has never happened to him before. So this has got to be some sort of fucking traumatic, you know? You never think shit's gonna go down with you, and then it does, and you just don't know how to act, and it's got to be hard. So it's hard to see, it's hard to watch, but our responsibility as family uh, is to help him keep his spirits up, you know, and just try to help him understand that this is necessary. Unfortunately, he didn't do anything to deserve it. This is this is just life. Sometimes shit happens, and we just have to do our best. We have to do what we have to do to take care of these things for us, like for us to keep going. We can't just give up because like I can't give up because I have to keep going. Like no one's going to live my life for me. And that's true of every individual. They have to live their own lives. So like they have to keep living. They have to keep the will to keep. They need to keep the will alive in order to go forward, is what I'm trying to say. So that's basically what we're trying to do. That's how we're showing up for him. So, anyways. But right now, I'm not there. Uh, he's not alone. He's like surrounded by like, I want to say there's like 8 people there right now. But I'm here with you because shortly after I have to be away from you, I have a therapy session. And I can't show up for anyone unless I'm taking care of myself, you know? It's kind of like that thing where they tell you, like, if you're at, like, if the airplane's going down or some shit, you have to make sure you put on your breathing shit before you try to give it to anybody else, you know? So that's, that's life, right? Anyways. So, around the coffee table is still going to happen this coming Friday. If you're following me on Instagram, you know that the book that I chose is colossal in my eyes. So it's taking me a little longer to read, and I anticipated that, so I let you guys know. That's why this past Friday there wasn't an Around the Coffee Table series, but this coming Friday I'm going to fucking finish this book. So join me if you want to learn about the book and why Leanne Moriarty is probably my favorite author, because I've literally have not read a book of hers that I disliked, and this one is just, it's so freaking amazing. Like, she keeps my attention at every fucking turn. And there are some books that are really hard to keep my attention, and I'll give an example. The Witching Hour by Anne Rice. That's her, I forgot the name of the series. But it's 3 books. And it's about this family of witches. And The Witching Hour is the first book out of the trilogy. And, it's the Mayfair Witches, I think it's called, the series. I picked that book up several times and I've never finished it. Never even made it to the middle, like to the middle. I and I love her. I love her Lestat series. I love like the books that she came out with about some of the side characters. I love those books too. But the Mayfair Witches, like the Witching Hour, I can't get through it. Maybe see, and again, I'm like, well, maybe I can pick it up and try to read it again. Maybe one day, but I just have no like. I've hit a wall so many times with that book that I the feeling of not wanting to pick it up outweighs wanting to pick it up again. So, and like finding out what happened. So, but maybe I'll feel differently down the line. But right now, I'm just like really enjoying. Um, what is it called? Apples May Fall. Mm-hmm. From Leanne Moriarty. So, uh, all right. I think I gabbed enough. Um, honestly, like I can't if I can't figure out what to do next Sunday on this, like for this Sunday stream, you'll probably see another mukbang. So, um, if you're into that, join me for that. But for sure, I'll see you on Friday. Um, I hope you guys enjoyed today's stream. Hugged your loved ones, pets, books, your best friend, anyone. Okay. And tell them how you feel about them. You know what they mean to you. So until the next time I see you, this is this has been me rambling. Anyways, have a good one. Bye.